Hello, hello. So I was asked today if I would be willing to do just a short, brief video in regards to influencers who are quitting carnivore. So I think this is still being misunderstood. And I did do 2 little videos already, and I'm going to do another one. So they're not quitting carnivore. They're just adding maybe some healthy carbs, some low carbs back in. Is there a difference? There is a difference. But I would have to say, based off of my knowledge, my education, who I am, what I preach, walking my talk, is that some of the blood work or the numbers that have come back that now are concerning to everyone else who has blood work done is, when did that damage happen? So let's just take myself as an example. If I lived over, let's just say, 61 years on a standard American diet, I was never like a huge drinker, but I have drank. I've never used drugs, so I can't really go down that road. But I did have massive amounts of Aleve, Tylenol, different types of medications, all those things that ultimately can lead to not only damage of my liver, but it can really leave my body damaged. So you have to remember, I had hyperthyroidism. That Graves' disease is a very dangerous disease to have. So in knowing my past, and I've done something now, 4 years, which would have caused the alert, the red alarm, it would not be what I'm doing currently. It would be what I had done in the past. So even though we have some major game players, right? We got big influencers in the carnivore community space. As you find your way into carnivore and you navigate yourself through carnivore, I'm not saying it's for everybody. First of all, I am not a doctor. So with that being said, I think it's very courteous of us not to attack each other, number one. But there's no scientific data that shows that if we went from birth to 66, that we would have had these bad numbers on our blood work. So common sense to me says that the blood work numbers probably came from other things, or maybe things that have been going on for quite some time that were not addressed, that need to be addressed. Because let's face it, carnivore is not like a medical solution. It's just a way of lifestyle and eating to help benefit you if in the event you did have to do a medical thing. Like, let's say you had a thyroid or you had a liver disease, like my husband who has liver cirrhosis. He changed his life and he's still here 5 years later. So why would we not look into that? Why would we not look at this and look at the doctors who do study it and look at the data that shows if you do this, it's not that you're going to be healed, but you could improve your lifestyle, right? Like you're just going to have a healthier life potentially until you go home or pass or whatever word you want to call that. So I think it's really important, you guys, for us to dial in on what's going on. Let's just really step back and see what's going on. Why the need for the change? What are the facts? What is the truth? I think it's very important for everybody in this space who's going to be an influencer, a coach, a teacher, whatever that looks like. I think it's super important to have truth and transparency and to be raw and real. So what if somebody has decided to add back in carbs? no shame on them. People change things every day. That's part of growing. That's part of developing. It's part of figuring out maybe something that isn't going right, that needs to be changed. Like there's so many reasons there. For myself today, I can look back on my younger self, and I just had a talk this morning with a guy who's in my men's group. And I said, you know, what I would say to my 37-year-old self is so different than what I was at 37 years old. My parenting skills are different. My lifestyle is different. My stress levels are different. My job occupation is not a lot different, but it's a little bit different. I'm still in the space of health and wellness, still in the gym business, still in the fitness business, still in the health business, mental health. That's always been a huge passion of mine. So I haven't really changed that, but I could, and actually if I go back to 37, my way of eating was a vegan. So that has changed dramatically. But at the time, what I taught, I really believed in. I wasn't like, lying to anybody. I wasn't, trying to pull the wool over anybody or selling something that I didn't believe in. I did truly believe in it. But today, my knowledge has taught me differently, so differently. One of the most respected, I'll say two, the most respected men in this community, Dr. Chafee and Dr. Sean Baker. I don't know either one of them, but I can tell you this, they are so steadfast in walking their talk, and they really dig deep into the effect of carnivore in the medical field, right? So knowing that, and then of course I have a carnivore doctor who's not on social media, and he's been carnivore since birth. So there is no part of me that doesn't believe in the foundation of being carnivore. And this is not something new. It's not a fad. It's not just going around social media, jump on that wagon. We're talking about eating meat as a staple from the beginning of time, all of time. Every single thing that man has ever known was that we killed it and we ate it, right? Now, I had somebody today who said to me, oh yeah, but they might have eaten potatoes. I don't even know if there was potatoes in the beginning of time. Like, I'm not even going to go there. I know for sure there wasn't broccoli or cauliflower, all these cross hybrid vegetables and plants that have been brought to your refrigerator via a store or another country. I said this once before, if somebody wants to be an ecovore, a locavore, if you want to be a locavore, you could easily do that by buying local. But here's the deal. You are not buying any fruit in the off season, because if you live where there's snow for 6 months, you better have a lot of meat in your freezer, because that is your staple. Now, I've been a vegan, I've been a lacto vegan. Oh my gosh, I've eaten everything under the sun vegan, or I don't know what that's called, omnivore. You name it, I have done it. I just want to tell you, just don't worry about what they're doing. Don't be overly consumed about it. Don't feel like you've been misled or lied to. I think that's like a really, really big thing right now, because I have people reaching out to me and saying, oh my gosh, so-and-so, I really like them, but now they're doing this. What do you think? It doesn't matter what I think. I'm a nobody, like absolutely nobody. So there's no room for me to say to anybody, this is what you need to do, or this isn't what you need to do, as far as people making their own decisions. I teach a course that teaches you how to identify what works and what doesn't work. And I'm outstanding, absolutely outstanding. And I will take that pat on my back at helping people lose weight. Literally heal your liver and lose weight. This is something I've been doing for 45, 6, 7 years now. I specialize in that, like literally can take anybody to the stage. I have no problem with that. I can also help a mom recover. I can help somebody who's gone through a divorce or come out of the hospital. I help seniors. Like, I've been doing this for so long that literally it's second breath to me. It's second nature. I just do it. But I wasn't doing it before on the carnivore way of life. So I had to re-educate, relearn. I took a bunch of courses. I'm certified now as carnivore coach. And I don't even know if there's such a true thing as that. Like, I took the course, but I thought this is just another gimmick. This is just more people saying, oh, if I sell this, you can become a coach. You'll have another certificate and it'll look good on your resume or whatever. So yeah, I did it. Okay, no big deal. I also became a functional nutritionist along the road. So if I take everything I've learned, and thousands of men and women, seniors, children, handicapped, non-handicapped, you name it, I've worked with it. I can tell you one thing for sure. And I even did, like, I think it's called the Jesus diet or the Bible diet. I've done it all. Like, there's nothing out there I haven't done. That sounds conceited, but it's true. Sadly, it's very true. My body has been through hell and back. If I can tell you one thing right now, literally, let's just let them. Let's just let it go. Let's not stir a frenzy over it, and let the cards fall where they may, or the chips or the dice, or however you want to say that. Because I think it's more important that if you know carnivore works for you, not only like somebody like Bill Knotts, right? Hi, Bill, has done absolutely fabulous. He is out of his house. Why in God's name would he ever tempt his body to go back into failure, into pain and hurting by adding any amount of carbs back? But go ahead, have the carnivore foods that have the hidden carbs. Like, I know for a fact that we have hidden carbs in our diet, but that's okay. And if you want to have a handful of berries, you're not going to die or go to hell for it. But if it bothered you, you want to change your posture on that. Navigate yourself through the aisles of the store and realize that the processed foods are killing you. Plants and vegetables are killing you. I will take Dr. Chafee to the bank on that one. But does that mean that that person didn't have something at some time in their life before they went to this belief system? You guys, it is what it is, and this too shall pass. So for today, I just ask you to listen, learn, be cautious. I can't do it. I literally cannot do it. I could be an addict in no time at all to, carnivore ice cream or carnivore creme brulee. I had another client this morning, a male client. We were talking and he was like, yeah, everybody's talking about this carnivore this and this carnivore that. And I'm in this group and I'm on this page and I'm following this person. And he decided that he'd make carnivore bread. He said, to be honest with you, it tasted horrible. It was like hard as a rock. And he goes, and then the worst part is I ate it anyways. He goes, if you're going to eat bread, just go get bread and eat it and be done with it, right? But he did realize that the addiction is still there. So when we go carnivore, not only do we choose what food to put into our body, but we have such an awakening on who we are, where our weaknesses are, where our strengths are, what we need to work on, our clarity of our mind, our mental health. And to be honest with you, years ago, a very, 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 very famous motivator and speaker who I went and saw, I think it was 1986, maybe 84, Tony Robbins, $300 for the whole weekend. And then I went to 4 more times with him. Absolutely love his teaching. I taught all my employees off Awaken the Giant, 21 Days to a Transformation. I believe with all my heart and soul in that. Minimize your weaknesses and maximize your strengths. Just think about that. If you are weak in carbs, minimize it. Don't do it. And if you are strong in meat, eat all you can until you are hitting satiety, and then just stop. We don't have an addiction. We don't need to overeat. It's amazing how one ribeye could keep you full literally for 10 hours plus. Maybe some people it's 10, some other people it might be 2 to 3 days. Everybody is unique. You guys are all just miracles of life. You all are created individually, and you're a piece of work. You're a majesty. I mean, this is like amazing. Go live your life. Get your life back. If you need help, reach out. I'm gonna navigate you through your struggles. That's the bottom line. You're gonna have wins and we're gonna have struggles. But once you become completely convicted in your belief system, You're not going to sway one week, keto, another week carnivore, another week you jump off, another week you're on the sugar diet. That stuff is going to come to an end. And you're going to realize how your body, your primal instincts, your ancestral body wants to heal and live. At my age, I don't have a lot of time left. Like, I hope I get 40, 50 years. But is it guaranteed? No. And the other side of my life, yesterday and back, I know for a fact I was in severe pain, major obesity, 14 autoimmune disease, and I'll be damned if I'm going to go back to that. So stay steadfast, folks. I love you guys, and I am here to help you with your mindset and your body and your soul, your spirit, shall you need it. You just reach out, come and have a 45-minute free consultation. Let's make this a winner's circle for everybody, even the ones that have to change it just a little bit, even the ones that can't quite give it up yet. Let's just encourage each other to do better. It's no different than a heroin addict, a meth addict, an alcoholic, a food addict, any type of addict out there, shopaholic, sex, porn, whatever it is. We have to have abstinence in order to see where we are and then begin to heal. See you guys back soon. Take care. Got to go feed those horses. Say goodbye to the babies. See you guys later. Take care and God bless.